Hey everybody, this video is going to be pretty quick. We're going to talk about what income is and what an income tax is. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over the two definitions, and then we are going to do 3 examples using what's called an income tax table. So if you want to take a moment in your notebook to label your page like this, we're going to do 3 examples. So it should be 1, 2, 3. It's just not fitting on my screen. So go ahead, take a moment to set up your notebook page for income tax. Okay, so let's go over the definition of what income is. So income is how much money you make. So how much money you make. Could be from your job. It could be from extra work that you do outside of your job. It's just however you're getting money to support your lifestyle, that's called your income. Taxes. This is probably a word that you've maybe heard in anger in your household, because we have to pay taxes on different things and nobody likes to do it because nobody likes to give away their money. But taxes are the amount you have to pay to the government based on your income. So amount you pay to the government based on your income. So depending on the state that you live in, the amount that you have to pay to the government based on your income varies. So some states have a very high tax percentage on their income. Some states like Texas actually doesn't have income tax. We do not have an income tax that we have to pay to the state. We have taxes taken out of paychecks for the federal government, for like the United States government, but not for the state of Texas. So depending on the state you live in, sometimes they have income taxes. And typically what happens is if a state doesn't have income tax, so like Texas doesn't have income tax, what happens is they have a very high sales tax. So when you go purchase things, the tax that's added on to your purchases is a lot higher in other states. So Texas doesn't have an income tax, but we have a pretty high sales tax. When we go to the store and pay for things, the tax that's added on is much higher than in other states. For example, like in Pennsylvania, where some of my family's from, they have an income tax. There's a tax that's taken out of their income that's paid to the Pennsylvania government, but they have no sales tax. When you go to the store, you pay what you pay. There is no tax added onto it, which is pretty cool. But at the same time, they have money taken out and they have to pay taxes in other ways. So every state is a little bit different, but income tax is important to understand. It's the introduction to taxes. We're going to get more into sales tax and other kinds of tax later on in this unit. So now that we know what income and taxes are, we're going to look at something called an income tax table. And using the tables, we're going to answer some questions. So I'm going to share, excuse me, I'm going to share my screen so that way you can see what an income tax table looks like. So you can see in this income tax table, this first column is showing how much money a person could make. These are just examples of some different kinds of salaries. And then depending on your life status, there's different kinds of taxes that you can pay. So if you're a single person, meaning you're not dating anybody, and you're not married legally, so you're not married like on paper according to the state, there's certain taxes you have to pay. If you are a married person, you can file your own taxes, or you can file taxes with your partner. Head of household is typically someone who may be filing taxes on behalf of not only their family, but another family as well. It kind of just depends. There's definitions of like, if you categorize as a single person, married person, or a head of household, when you do your taxes, you fill out a little form and they're like, you should file as this kind of person. So we're going to look at these incomes and determine, based on different lifestyle statuses, like how much we would have to pay in income tax. So the first question we're going to do is, how much, if you're single and you're earning $69,000, do you have to pay in taxes? So if we're earning $69,000 at least, which is right here, and we are single, we can go over to this column. We have to pay $13,286 of our own income to the state. That's kind of a lot of money. This placed as a very high income tax. So on example number 1, we're going to put if you are single and earning $69,000, you have to pay $13,286 according to the table. Okay, so according to the table, if you're single and you earn $69,000, you have to pay $13,286. The next question is, let's say that we were married and we decided we're going to file jointly. So meaning me and my partner are going to file our taxes together. And let's say we're earning a combined income, let's say we were earning $69,150. Okay, that's our combined income. If we were filing separately, this would be less, right? Our income, if this is both of our incomes put together, this might be less. But if we're filing jointly and we're earning this much together, let's see how much according to the table we will have to pay in taxes. So if we are earning at least $69,150, which is right here kind of in the middle, and we are married and filing jointly, oh, we only have to pay $9,506. So in this case, it's a benefit to be married because you're paying less taxes. So we have to pay $9,506 according to this table. Okay, so sometimes when we're doing income tax, we're going to look at an income tax table, which is what I just showed you. Other times they may tell us someone's income. So we're not going to look at the tables anymore. We're going to do this third example kind of on its own. They could tell us someone's income and they say the income percentage for this particular person's state is, and they'll tell us a percentage, and we have to calculate how much they have to pay in income tax. So for example, let's say someone's income, we'll say they don't make a lot of money. We'll say they only make $15,000 a year, which may seem like a lot of money, but for the course of an entire year, that's not very much money. If you divide that by 12, that's just a little bit over $1,000 a month. And things like rent and your car payments, like those alone could be thousands of dollars. So this income is not that much, but let's just say this is their income, okay? And let's say the state they live in, the tax percentage is 6%, okay? So if we want to figure out how much they have to pay in income taxes, the question we are solving is 6% of $15,000. And like the budget, remember to calculate a percentage, we're going to take our percentage, put it as a decimal or a fraction, and then multiply by our income. So 6% as a decimal is 0.06 because this is 6 out of 100. 6 100ths, we have the 6 in the hundredths spot. And if we multiply that times 1,500, we could think about it as 6 times 15, which is, this is equal to 90, but we have all of these zeros we have to attach to it. We have to attach the 3 zeros, and then we have 2 decimal places. So we have to move in 2 decimal places, 1, 2. So this is 900.00, which is just $900. So this person has to pay $900 of their hard-earned income to the state that they live in for income tax. So this is their tax amount. Sometimes a question may ask you what's their income after taxes. So if we were to figure out their income after tax, what we would do is we would do the $15,000 minus their tax amount, and their income after tax, in this case, 15,000 minus 900 would be $14,100. So that's really their income after they pay their taxes, which again, is not that much money. So depending on what you're looking at, you may need to use a tax table, or it may ask you to calculate a percentage of a total to find the tax amount. And if they want to know what's the amount after taxes, you just have to subtract the tax amount from the income. So make sure you utilize this example as well as these definitions when you're working on your practice problems. Everybody have an awesome day. And if it's the weekend when you're watching this or close to the weekend, I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend or you have a great weekend. See you soon.